We talked like the night would never end. Two tired souls finding light again. Your life felt like a place to rest, a quiet truth inside my chest. But sometimes even the strongest hearts can fall apart in softest ways. If love had stayed, we'd still be holding on, dancing slow to our favorite song. You trace the stars across my skin, and I'd believe in us again. But life rewrote what we once made, and now I dream of the love that stayed. Your sweater still hangs by my old door. I walk past it like I did it before. Funny how comfort can turn to ache when someone leaves more than they take. I keep wondering if you feel the same when someone speaks my name. If love had stayed, we'd still be holding on, dancing slow to our favorite song. You trace the stars across my skin, and I believe in us again. But life rewrote what we once made, and now I dream of love that stays. Maybe we needed time to grow. Maybe we just forgot to show the little things that keep love brave, the ones that teach us how to stay. If love had stayed, we'd still be whole somehow, not just strangers with memories now. I'll keep the light you left with me, a gentle part of who I'll be. But in another life, we might have made a world where love had stayed. We were two hearts running in the same direction, hands intertwined like a quiet confession. You said the world felt softer when I smiled, and I believed you for a while. But love is a way of slipping through, like sunlight fading far too soon. When we were almost forever, we held on like it lasts forever, close enough to feel the fire, far enough to lose the spark. I still replay those days like treasure, even though they fall apart. We were almost perfect, almost forever, but not the heart. I still find traces of you in the little things, songs we loved, your old silver ring. Funny how memories cling like threads, even after every word's been said. And I keep trying to understand why love slipped right out of our hands. And we were almost forever, we held on like it lasts forever, close enough to feel the fire, far enough to lose the spark. Still we replay those days like treasure, even though they fall apart. We were almost perfect, almost forever, not the heart. Maybe we meant to learn that stay, maybe we loved in the wrong time, wrong way, but I'll keep the softness that you gave, even if we couldn't be brave. When we were almost forever, a dream disguised to stay together. But sometimes love is meant to teach, not always meant to reach the end. Still I hope you're finding better, a lighter heart, a truer friend. 'Cause we were almost something tender, almost forever, once again. I still remember walking slow beside you, laughing at things that only we understood. Every small moment felt like a sunrise, soft and warm, the way love should. But seasons change and hearts get tired, and somehow we drifted like embers in fire. 'Cause you felt like home in a world so loud, a quiet place I could fall without doubt. I held on tight, afraid to let go, but love sometimes teaches us slow. And even if we walk our roads alone, I'll never forget how you felt like home. Your voice still echoes in my favorite places, like you're woven to the wall somehow. I try to forget, but time erases only the pain, not the love we found. Maybe one day it won't sting as much, remembering the warmth of your touch. 'Cause you felt like home in a world so loud, a quiet place I could fall without doubt. I held on tight, afraid to let go, but love sometimes teaches us slow. And even if we walk our roads alone, I'll never forget how you felt like home. Maybe we were meant to meet, just not meant to stay. Maybe love was ours to keep, but only for a borrowed. I'm learning now. One can't be lost to still be found. In every memory soft and known, a piece of you will always be home. The sweater's still hanging on my old chair. Smells like the summer we danced without fear. Funny how moments can linger like that. Soft as a whisper, sharp as a past. And I keep telling my heart to let go, but it still runs back to you somehow. 'Cause you were the place where the light once lived, the spark in the dark I never could forget. You were the calm in the storm I hid, the one that my heartbeat always met. Now I'm learning how to breathe again, without your name beneath my skin. Searching the shadows for something to give, where the light once lived. Where the light once lived. I paint new sunsets to cover old scars, but the colors still fade where you touch my heart. Maybe we broke 'cause we grew too fast, or maybe some love's just not meant to last. And I keep wishing the hurt would fade slow, but healing doesn't work that way, I know. 'Cause you were the place where the light once lived, the spark in the dark I never could forget. You were the calm in the storm I hid, the one that my heartbeat always met. Now I'm learning how to breathe again, without your name beneath my skin. Searching the shadows for something to give, where the light once lived. Maybe someday we'll meet again, a strangers healed and stronger than. A smile at what we could be, a quiet nod to memories. You were the place where the light once lived, but I found a new sun rising in my chest. I'll keep the good, let go the rest. Turn my heartbreak into something blessed. Now I'm finding how to live again, soft, brave beneath my skin. Chasing the dawn, letting myself forgive, for the light once lived. For the light once lived. I hear your name in midnight echoes, soft as the rain on my window pane. Every memory hits like a slow note, playing the parts where we loved and changed. And I keep pretending I'm fine, but your shadow still walks with mine. You're the ghost in every heartbeat, the whisper in my quiet dreams. I try to let the pain go, but it keeps finding me. Love was a fire we couldn't hold, burned too wild, burned too cold. Now I'm left with what I don't show, lost in these midnight echoes. I trace the stars like you once told me, searching the sky for a sign of you. Funny how someone can feel so holy, even long after they're passing through. When I still get caught in the past, hoping the hurt doesn't last. You're the ghost in every heartbeat, the whisper in my quiet dreams. I try to let the pain go, but it keeps finding me. Love was a fire we couldn't hold, burned too wild, burned too cold. Now I'm left with what I don't show, lost in these midnight echoes. Maybe someday I'll forget your breath and the warmth your laughter used to bring. But tonight I'm learning to live with the rest, letting the silence teach me to sing. You're the ghost in every heartbeat, but I'm learning how to set me free. I let the memories soften, let them drift out to sea. Love was a fire burned too fast, but I'm finding peace at last. In the quiet where the night wind blows, the body of your midnight echoes. Yeah, midnight echoes. I kept your letters in a drawer I never opened. Every line a memory I'm still learning to let go. We painted dreams on walls that started falling, but I still see your shadow everywhere I go. And I know we said forever, but forever came too soon. Now I'm stitching up the silence, trying to learn a life without you. 'Cause we were paper hearts and promises, beautiful but delicate. One wrong touch and everything fell right through our hands. But even in the wreckage, I still feel the tenderness. Guess love was always fragile, like paper hearts and promises. Ooh. I still replay the night we almost fixed it. Two broken voices trying hard to sound okay, but loving you was fire in the distance, close enough to hold me, far enough to fade. And I know we said forever, but forever changed its tune. Now I'm dancing with the pieces of a heart that once was you. 'Cause we were paper hearts and promises, beautiful but delicate. One wrong touch and everything fell right through our hands. But even in the wreckage, I words and promises, a masterpiece that couldn't last. But thank you